Welcome everyone to episode 15 of the OverRaided Podcast. Unfortunately, we are missing Oracle this week. I guess her husband had his Magic the Gathering tournament going on this weekend, so she had to solo watch her kids tonight. So we'll see about for episode 16, but not this week. I think we should go ahead and probably kick things off with some World of Warcraft talk since Legion launched this week. How are you doing on your leveling, Onibako? I already hit 110.
I'm level 103.
Got a little bit of catching up to do.
I'm almost level 104, but I would have hit that, but I was talking to some of the new neighbors and stuff today, and let someone borrow a PS2.
You let somebody borrow your PS2?
I have 4 PS2s, so I let them borrow one.
What does that have to do with your level in World of Warcraft, though?
It took time out of my day.
Wow.
Today was like my only free day to play.
Except I have farther from the subject. Why do you have 4 of them?
4 PS2s? Yeah. Just in case something happens to one of them.
Like a dime a dozen now.
Yeah, they're like only $10. I got one brand new in the box for $15.
I just can't imagine why you would possibly need 4. I mean, if one breaks down, sure, have a backup, but I mean, normal people don't even have that.
Yeah, well, if your backup
I'm not normal.
Then you need a backup for your backup, and then if that breaks, you need a backup for your backup for your backup.
Well, I'm future-proof, and I like my PS2. If I need a DVD player, I got a PS2.
So, you're leveling your paladin, right?
Yes.
Retribution?
Yes. Ashbringer. All the way.
I just can't stand when I see people walking around with that. It's not fair.
What do you mean it's not fair?
Everybody wants Ashbringer.
So?
You lucky bastard.
It's a paladin weapon. I mean, Shaman got Doomhammer.
Around with it too.
If you play a Shaman, you got Doomhammer.
I don't play a Shaman.
That's because you play a Hunter. You're already the most OP class in the game.
I doubt that.
What more do you need?
We just use the most weapons and shit like that.
You roll on everything.
Wow, yeah. I mean, get out of here, man. Hunters are like the cheese mode of World of Warcraft. Like, I don't even want to hear it. I can't get Ashbringer. Oh, well, you
when was the last time you played a hunter?
Literally just get one of those, like, bird things, like, that dips down into the water, and you could just set that up next to your keyboard, and you can play a hunter. You don't even have to be there, man.
Oh, he told you.
So, Dan, what have you been doing this week?
I've just been doing stuff involving, like, my education and doing some artistry stuff, like doing a seminar, kind of weekend deal, learning a little bit more about stage performance and that sort of thing. Haven't had any time to play any games. It's been kind of sucky.
Now, do you even plan to pick up World of Warcraft again?
Yeah, probably at some point. Thinking maybe at the end of the month.
The only thing I really don't like about the expansion so far is what they've done with profession quests. There just seems to be way too many of them. Where you have, you need to do a quest pretty much picking up every single pattern for every star tier of the pattern too. So you need to do a quest up to pick up the 1-tier version, another quest to pick up the 2-tier version, and another to pick up the 3rd-tier version for a bunch of the different recipes. So after you hit 110, or even beforehand, a lot of the quests that you're actually doing are just for your profession. So I kind of feel sorry for the people that actually have 2 of the crafting professions. Because that's going to be a real heavy overload on those quests. And after hitting 110, there was just way too much to do. I think I finally reached...
Well, they always incorporate something in every expansion to make you feel like it's more of a job than a game, so...
Yeah. I mean, all this was kind of like shoveled right in your face after you hit 110, though. And stuff that you feel like you have to do with profession quests. You want to pick up those recipes so you can start gearing out for dungeons and raids. Other than World of Warcraft, Onibaka, what have you been playing?
It seems when we don't have a podcast, like scheduled the week before,
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of gaming in.
Well, we had a big break beforehand, so what have you been playing?
I know. I've been playing 7 Days to Die.
Oh,
Lots
God.
and lots of 7 Days to Die.
It's a survival horror game, isn't it?
Yep. It's like Minecraft, but with more zombies.
Now, have you had a chance to play No Man's Sky?
No, I didn't get on the bandwagon. I know I said I was going to, but I waited like I normally do. I waited a week. And when I saw all the hype and stuff come crashing down.
And all the people leaving the game entirely.
Yep. And hearing the news of sometimes when you name something, it might get erased. Or you'll never see your friends in the game.
Yeah, according to what I've seen, there's pretty much absolutely no multiplayer aspect of the game right now at all. I'm not even sure if it's at all even possible as the game stands. But with the news about people having their discoveries and things like that erased, there may have actually been a server-side issue where people didn't have a proper connection to the server when they went to upload it.
Yeah, I think Sean Murray, wasn't it his name?
Mm-hmm.
I think he should change his name to Peter Molyneux.
Ouch.
So, oh man, I just looked through the comments of the article that you put up, and people are saying the same thing. Like, is he related to Peter Molyneux? So, that's kind of what I was wondering.
Well, while we're on the topic of No Man's Sky, I mean, one of the news articles was the player base, at least for the PC version, dropped by 90% in the first 2 weeks. That's insane. I mean, even for like a game like was it Arkham Knight that had the worst launch on PC? I don't think they even
What you gotta understand is people will play a game that's broken as long as there's enough content.
Well, I mean,
you're literally doing the same thing over and over again. Like, people just quit playing. Look at Pokemon Go, man. That was like literally everybody was talking about it. Everybody was playing it, including this guy, including that guy. You know, like everybody was playing it, and then. And now it's like I just read the other day, it's something like 98% loss of player base. Like, it's insane.
Well, I mean you don't have enough content. You always see a drop off of players, but I mean, I've never seen.
I mean, you gotta have school some started. Content. It's not because it's because of school. No, but think about it. Like, No Man's Sky, literally, you do the exact same like 3 things over and over and over again. I mean, people get just tired of it. Even a game like Halo or Call of Duty or a first-person shooter, when you go into the same match over and over again.
You can't compare No Man's Sky to World of Warcraft. Come on now.
I can compare No Man's Sky to World of Warcraft.
Well, when it comes to content, you can make that comparison for sure. Yeah.
I mean, we just got done with almost over a year without any content. Now we get all this content at once, and now I feel overwhelmed because I'm not used to having any content to play. So now I'm like overwhelmed, like getting pulled in every direction with like class order hall missions and like specific artifact missions and profession missions and actual leveling and questing and
wait till you
like
get to
I gotta run the dungeon.
All the daily missions that are out in the wild.
Yeah, and world like oh man, it's just pulling me in all these directions when I'm just I spent a year gathering Apexis crystals in Tanan Jungle. And running the same raid.
Now, have you done any dungeons yet?
Yes, I did one dungeon.
I haven't done it yet.
It was fun.
Is that the one where Odin is the boss in it? At least for...
Yes.
Okay.
I felt like Sonic the Hedgehog in it. Once you play it, you'll get that little reference.
It's probably going to be a little while before I actually get into any of the dungeons. I want to wait until some more people are 110 and start running like the...
How come you always, like, how come you won't run dungeons with pugs, man?
It's not that I won't do it, I just don't like to do it, so... I mean, if I'm going to play, like, group content...
I almost prefer to run it with pugs. That way, if we fail, I can just hate them and bail on the strangers.
I was so surprised.
Hating my friends.
My dungeon that I ran yesterday, I was the lowest level. I was level 1-2. I carried my own weight. There was 2 level 110s, and the 110s knew the dungeon because they've been running it multiple times, and we did the optional like boss, and he got like an eye level 850 necklace along with an 840 ring from the quest that sent him there.
Nice.
And yeah, so he got like 2 good pieces to be ready for raids. And yeah, they called out all the mechanics of the boss. They told us beforehand what to worry about, what not to stand in, what to stand in before every single boss fight, and they were so understanding. And we only lost one person once, and it was a trash pool. And I got lost once, and they're like, "Hey, where you at?" And I was like, I'm a little lost." And yeah, it was the best pug ever.
It's really rare to see stuff like that in pugs anymore.
It was the best pug.
Know?
I like LFR.
I mean, I almost pug like everything because I don't feel like sitting around and waiting for people to be ready. I'm just like, nah, man. I'm just gonna
that's one of
pug
the
it.
things that I don't like doing because of it is I have to sit in queue for like 45 minutes as a DPS.
Oh,
well, maybe if you didn't play a hunter, you'd get a faster queue. Play Paladin, and then you can get an Ashbringer.
Go ahead, Oni.
Okay, I queued for the dungeon yesterday, and I wanted a specific dungeon, not random dungeon, but specific. I wanted to go directly to the Halls of Valor because it wraps up the storyline for Stormheim, and that was the first one I went to. And what wound up happening is I forgot I had tank marked because tank was always my main spec, but I switched to Retribution as my off spec, but now I main Retribution.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got an instant queue, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm sorry, and like I quit the queue before it even like completely popped, and then I just went DPS, and then I clicked it again, and I got an instant queue pop. I'm like, oh crap, I think I glitched the game. They might think I'm still a tank, but I went in as a DPS. We already had a tank. We had an instant queue.
Have you done another dungeon after that?
Well, no, someone was like, finally after 2 hours, and I'm like, I got 2 insta queues like right away. And they didn't believe me. Well, a friend of mine, he told me today, as long as you do specific dungeon and not random, you'll get like an instant or a 2-minute queue for specific dungeon, not random. He said don't do random.
Well, I mean, there is the downside of not doing the random dungeon. You don't get the extra artifact power.
That's only 35 artifact power. You'll find that
at your level.
What's that?
At your level.
Oh, it scales.
I think it's like 75 or something. Last time I looked at it, I have to check it again after this.
Still, if you want to get, like, I guess, regular pieces of gear or finish up the storyline, I don't see no problem in just doing the regular.
Well, I'll probably have to look through the dungeon journal and see if there's anything specific from particular bosses that I really need to fill out my set. Because right now I have 3 pieces of the class Order Hall set that I've upgraded to 840, which cost 12,000 gears, or not gears and resources, but the Order Hall resources. So I'm almost broke on those.
Speaking about broke, I spent about 150,000 gold today.
On what?
I bought a Grand Expedition Yak because I didn't have one. And I like being in Tier 2, and that thing has a transmogrifier, and I didn't want to keep going back to Stormwind to look cool. So I got a Grand Expedition Yak just so I can keep my appearance up as a Judgment Paladin.
Well, at least you did it in the expansion where that's kind of like chump change now. I think I've made like 20,000 gold just from doing the quest while leveling.
Yeah, someone said, like, man, now you're not going to have any money, like, for the beginning of the expansion, but you can, for $20, you can get 35k for a WoW token.
Yeah, I'd wait a little while because I'm pretty sure that's going to jump up just to match the new gold that's coming out with this expansion.
Well, I thought about buying $120 worth of tokens just to make up for the money I just spent.
Can't you only do like 4 a month?
Well, then I better buy 4 right now.
Maybe it was 10, I don't remember. It's been a while.
10? 10?
I'll have to look into it again. It was
$200.
They announced that.
I mean, I took a break from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, so I guess I can move the Star Wars money that I spend on games.
Winning?
Yeah. Onto, WoW.
So you don't have to... Yeah, man, I mean... Just move your victory dollars to another game.
Yeah! Speaking of right before the expansion hit, I got something fixed that I've been waiting to do for since like 2012. I got my my Alliance tattoo fixed, so now I got all the color finally filled in and fixed for that. So that was right before the expansion hit, so I was all happy about that.
Yeah, I saw you post a picture of it.
Yep.
You should have got it done on your face.
I told my brother that I got it fixed, and he's like, "What? You got it covered up with a horde symbol?"
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. All my real life friends play horde.
They don't sound like real life friends then. They sound like stooges, and yeah, I said that. If you play horde, you're an idiot.
Oh, those are harsh words.
Worst character models in any game ever. Worst animation. Stupidest storylines. Like, absolute worst starting zones. Like, people talk about, like, the Blizzard loves the Horde. They do not.
They live in shacks.
That's something that the Horde tells themselves so that they feel better about playing the worst races in World of Warcraft. I mean, seriously? It's stupid. I don't care. It's dumb.
What race was your main, Jay?
Which one? I play a different main every expansion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think originally you were a human paladin, though, right?
Yeah, my original main was a human paladin. Then I switched to a Draenei warrior, and then I switched to a shaman. And then I switched to a... I feel like I played priest for a while. Then I switched to DK.
It's weird, I don't remember you playing a priest.
Yeah. And then I switched back to shaman. Because that's sort of like my go-to, apparently. Then I played... I skipped an expansion. Then I came back and played monk. Then I played hunter and monk. And I think when I come back to the game this time, I'm going to play probably my shaman. I'll go resto.
Sweet.
No, you're thinking about raiding if you have the time
to.
to?
Dwarf shaman. What a gross idea. What's that?
Are you thinking about raiding if you have the time?
No.
I'm worried about having a raid
honestly,
spot.
I feel like my whole feeling on like the rating thing is that I think ratings played out.
Dude, if you just do LFR, you'll get the story and
Yeah,
somewhat
that's
of the
what
experience.
I do. Is just jump in and do LFR, smash bosses on easy mode, and I'm happy. I'm like, good. I know what happened, and I can move on with my life. If I'm going to dedicate myself to anything of any difficulty, it's like the mythic difficulty 5-mans. I'm totally down with that. But I don't want to waste my time waiting for 10 other people or 20 other people or whatever. Like, what a huge time sink. And then it's like DKP and the way looting used to work. I guess it's all personal loot now, though, right?
Yep.
Oh, it's not technically all personal loot, but it's the way personal loot has definitely been ramped up and improved since the last expansion.
Yeah. I just, honestly, raiding to me is just not something I want to do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel worth my time on any level.
What I think is great about an MMO, especially one as big as WoW, is you can play it how you want to play it. Like, even if you want to be a crappy horde character, or
just die.
Or just die. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I enjoy raiding because it's like, besides that's like the only other social aspect I have of my life.
Mm.
So, yeah, that's why I enjoy raiding. Just so I can, like, blow Ven up and then have people ignore me for the rest of the week.
That's what trade chat's for, man.
What I hear is whenever I'm not on the game and I'm skipping raid night, people ask where I'm at.
Oh, we definitely crack a few jokes here and there.
See, everyone talks behind my back, I know that. But... yeah, I enjoy raiding. What I don't like, though, is, like, when we come in on a Tuesday and we'll kill 7 bosses, and then we come in on Thursday and we kill 3 bosses, and then we come in next Tuesday to kill the last 7 bosses that we just did, and we can't even kill 1. That's what I don't like.
Part of that's because of people that come the first week and don't come the second week. And as for the rest of it, I don't even know, because we've had weird nights like that where nobody is on their game at all.
Well, that's the joke of Overrated. Wipe on trash, kill the boss in 1 hit.
No. It's the other way around. You one-shot the boss, then you wipe on trash.
Oh, okay.
Lady's been getting that backwards for 5-6 years now.
Shout out to Laylee. Is she still maining a druid?
I believe so. I don't think she's actually started leveling in this expansion yet. I think she's been busy this week.
Like, I was talking to Asmodon. He was the DK Worgen that was raiding with us in HFC last expansion. And he, apparently he's in the know, and he's on, 3 separate servers because he's laid off at the moment. So he knows everything that's going on with all of you. He's like, yeah, Jan was, the first one, and then Louis got, level 110 in the guild. I'm like, dude, how do you know so much about everyone?
Guild stalker.
Yeah, he's the guild stalker. But he not only is he keeping track of us, he's keeping track of which horde guilds he wants to join. And he wants to raid with us.
I'd be able to keep 2 characters up at max level right now, let alone trying to even level an alt right now.
He has 20 level 100s.
Well, I've got 10 on Kargath just because of the invasion stuff they had before the expansion. Or wait,
that was cool.
11 or 12 now that they have for the server cap.
I'm actually kind of upset that the invasion thing is gone. That was really neat. Well, because it's the Burning Legion. You think we could do the Broken Isle stuff and have them still attacking the old world because it's the Burning Legion, they're freaking infinite.
Yeah, but with as difficult as some of those mobs were, especially the bosses, leaving that to just a few people that are leveling up would be a little too harsh.
That would have been wonderful. Let them die. Let them know the power of the Legion. Let them know what they come up against when they hit level 110. Wow. Wipe out all the level 30s.
I mean, you could still have 100 people working on one of those bosses and still have everybody, at least half of the raid, die repeatedly.
I didn't die once with any invasion I did.
Bullshit.
Nope.
You're a melee. Bullshit.
I'm a freaking paladin, dude. If I saw trouble, or if I got aggro, I bubbled and ran.
Yeah.
There's a couple of the bosses that if they even turn in your direction and breathe fire, it doesn't matter.
They kill you in one shot. Yeah. I got down to I think the lowest amount of health I got down to was 28,000 health, and that was it. So I came close, but I never died in any of those invasions.
Trying to level my tank through those invasions was a royal pain in the ass.
Granted, I only did about 12 invasions. I only did about 12 of them.
So you did nothing compared to what I did.
No, I didn't, because I only did on Onibaku just so I can get some armor sets and get the pet.
So you didn't get the transmog sets for the other classes?
No, I just wanted it for... I only really like
check and
playing
see
my
if you
paladin.
have enough of the nether shards. You should still be able to go to the vendor and buy the transmog sets. You just need to send them off to a class that's level 100 that can actually use that armor type. And then you get the transmog set.
So, are you ever going to be able to get nether shards again in the game?
I don't think so. They'll probably eventually remove that vendor if it's not already removed right now.
That's a shame.
That's the way they do it, man.
Yeah, that was
when Lich King came out and they had that awesome disease that turned people into zombies?
Yes, that was my
I was kind of expecting that with what they did with the
invasion.
Whispers event, but it was nowhere near as good. I mean, you could actually get the Whisper from a random event in the game itself, and then you had to pass that Whisper on to 10 other people, and every time you did, you became attackable by other players and the guards. They gave you a couple of abilities like Vanish or Ditch Aggro and things like that to try to survive it, but once you actually did it 10 times, you turned into a demon, but that raid-style demon that you turned into only lasted for 1 minute. and then that was it. So compared to the stuff they did for Wrath of the Lich King, it just doesn't compare. At least not mine.
I don't think much compares to Wrath of the Lich King, man.
Yeah, that...
I'm pretty sure that's the best expansion.
It was definitely the best pre-expansion event. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, Wrath actually holds a special place in my heart because I lived with my mother when that expansion came out. And I went against her wishes of staying up after the launch event and wound up becoming grounded because I decided to play till 3 a.m. in the morning when I was like 20 years old.
You're a true American hero.
Wait, you were 20 and you got in trouble?
I was 20. I got in trouble for staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning to play
Oh my god.
Wrath of the Lich King when it first came out.
I feel like I need therapy after fucking listening to some of your stories, man. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. I need therapy.
I'm sorry. I don't like vent on here or anything. It's just that.
No, man, you just got some wild ass stories. I'm like, what the hell? That's your tombstone should say, "What the hell?"
Or what the hell, Heim?
Ask me about my family.
Oh, that was fun,
dude.
The questline in Helheim.
Yeah.
Did you catch the stuff about Sylvanas?
I caught a little bit, but I didn't hear what they were talking about.
She made a pact. What the pact was, we don't know exactly.
I don't know what it is.
Now, I do actually have a theory about that, because we don't know for... Well, starting with, we don't actually know for like 100% sure that Varian actually died during the Broken Shore.
Yes.
Now,
I kind of think she might bring him back as a Forsaken.
Yeah, I think either we're going to see him again in some form as a raid boss, being taken over by the Legion.
Yeah, with Gul'dan.
Sylvanas was at least trying to do something to bring him back. Because, I mean, at the very end of the questline for Helheim, spoilers, guys, one of the Valkyr that Sylvanas was trying to control, for what purpose we don't exactly know, was released. So that screwed up her plans. So...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yep, I did that. That's fun.
But I still don't think we've seen the last of Varian. I think he's going to come back at least in some form.
I wish we'd see the last of him.
You don't like Varian?
He's one of my least favorite characters in that game, man.
I like him
even less than I like Anduin. And that's like saying a lot, because I really hate that character.
I heard a lot of Horde players say, what's the beef with the Alliance? Why are they so mad at us? At least we now have 2 female leaders. I think I fucked that up. At least both sides now have a female leader. Yes. That's what they meant.
Yeah.
I was about to say, who the hell is the other female leader?
Anduin.
No, I mean, for the Horde side.
Sylvanas?
Yeah, but the way he phrased it, there was 2 female
leaders. I messed it up the first time. Oh, speaking of which, are we allowed to swear on the podcast anymore if you're putting it up on YouTube?
I'm not monetizing yet, so, I mean, feel free. I don't care.
Okay. Because I know I just,
Yeah, there was.
I don't want to screw up your plans by being vulgar or obscene or profane. Have you read those terms of use like that they're enforcing now?
I haven't actually gone and read it yet because I'm not doing any monetizing and stuff yet, so I'm not overly concerned with it. And if I ever become like wildly popular, I should be concerned with it then, but not right now.
If you ever become wildly popular, you don't have to be concerned with anything. You'll be able to get away with murder, and they'll still pay you. Look at the Game Grumps, man.
I mean, we're assuming a lot if I'm even going to become remotely popular.
I don't know, man. Aaron and Danny, like, literally the stuff they talk about, I'm like, wow. This is somebody stole a conversation out of my head.
Away for free this live stream, and we don't have a single person in the chat. So, other than Onibaku right now, but you don't count.
Oh, damn it! Give me a game.
Actually, I probably should give you guys another game pretty soon.
Don't worry about it. I have every single game on that list.
I'll probably never get a chance to play
list.
it. I still haven't even downloaded the last one that you sent me because I just don't have time.
Which one did you pick?
I can't remember now.
Something's
it was the Telltale Game of Thrones.
Yeah. That was actually a pretty decent game.
Yeah, I'll probably, at some point, if the code's still active or whatever, I'll probably check it out.
Well, I haven't given it to anybody else, so it should be.
Okay.
Anytime I give out one of those keys, I always mark it as used on my list.
Hmm.
I like the way Jay looks on camera right now. He looks like he's
Just
about
chilling.
to have the best R&B album come out.
Have you ever seen that picture? Well, it's like the Michael Jackson on Off the Wall, right? I think that's the one where he's laying on his side. But there's also the Burt Reynolds on the bearskin rug picture from the 70s. Have you seen that?
I'm looking it up right now.
And then Flight of the Conchords did a spoof on the Burt Reynolds one. And that one was pretty hysterical.
Well, we've actually covered close to a half an hour just on World of Warcraft and a little bit of No Man's Sky, but let's go ahead and jump into some of the news articles. Jay, why don't you go ahead and pick one for us?
All right. How about World of Warcraft may have just had its best expansion? I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, we might as well start off with that one since we were coming off of World of Warcraft.
Well, no, I mean, honestly, I would much rather talk about something else.
Go for it.
How about Yoshi's Woolly World headed to 3DS early next year?
I mean, have you guys even played that for the Wii U?
No,
I don't have a Wii U.
But I loved Yoshi's Island, man.
I did a couple of the levels. I mean, I'm just kind of... I can't really get into the side-scrolling type of games anymore. I figured I would like it, but it's you go through the level, you try to complete all the stuff in that particular level, and then you move on to the next one. I mean, if I want to go and do grindy stuff, I'm just going to go back to World of Warcraft.
You're the ultimate grinder, and you're talking about...
Yeah, but I'd like to have some reward.
Yeah, the reward of completing it.
That's not enough for me anymore.
Wow.
I want bragging rights.
You're the guy. Those are bragging rights, man.
What?
Who really cares about my bragging rights with Yoshi's Woolly World, though?
It's boss.
So you're playing WoW to be competitive?
Somewhat competitive, just not player versus player competitive.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have that between a specific group of friends, and they're like, I'm level 110 now. What level are you on your paladin? Well, I'm level 13. And
I mean, the competitive side is the entire reason I bought a 12-pack of Red Bull and a bunch of snacks so I could just sit here and play the game for the first day.
I know what you mean. When they were still doing server first for max level, hitting max level first, I was in those little runabouts to level up real quick by actually going into the beta and everything. But apparently they got rid of those world first and stuff achievements.
I'm actually kind of glad they did that because I was actually reading in the news the other day. There was one guy who got to level 110 in the first 5 hours and 28 minutes.
Wow.
No
Did
idea.
they ban him?
No. Yeah, I'm sure he did something kind of weird because he said he had another player that was actually helping him. I don't know exactly what he was doing, though. But I don't think I was even level 103 in the first 5 hours.
Damn.
Anyway, we drifted right back to World of Warcraft, but I'm sure that's my fault. Oni, why don't you go and pick another news article for us?
Another news article. Are we going to stick to Picross 3D Round 2 for 3DS comes to North America? And that comes out on September 1st, so it's already out.
Picross screens with me are just kind of like a curse, so I'm probably going to end up checking that one out.
Picross, that's
It's kind of like a mathematical puzzle game.
Oh, is it like Sudoku?
Similar to it.
I think
mean,
I have a...
Say Sudoku? Like Count Dooku?
Sudoku. How do you say
Sudoku.
it? Sudoku.
Yeah.
Sudoku. Am I saying it right now?
Yeah.
See,
Sudoku. Sudoku's like the knockoff game that instead of like squares of 9 squares of 9, you're using like 8 squares of 8 or something weird like that. Like, yeah. It's like Mitchell Gordon Cologne instead of Michael Jordan Cologne, which is a real product I saw at a dollar store once and like almost pissed my pants laughing.
Well, for the next article, what do you guys think about Super Mario Maker coming to the Nintendo 3DS with a big restriction, that being there is no online sharing of levels, just locally sharing them and through Street Pass?
That's stupid.
I don't think it's going to have anywhere near the same longevity as the one for the Wii U does. If it's not going to lie online.
I think it's all right if you have kids and you want them to annoy you every 20 minutes to show you, hey, look what I made, and they want you to play it, so they hand you the 3DS.
Well, I mean, personally, I'd like to see it have some kind of like cross-platform play with the original one on the Wii U.
That would be cool.
I mean, if it's going to be the same game with just the limit of the online sharing. But, I mean, if they're not going to do the online sharing, I don't see that being a possibility.
Now, with it being on the 3DS, I'm wondering, does it have any Super Mario Land?
That I don't know.
Because that would be cool.
I could definitely see the value of having a mobile version of it, though, especially with the way the touchscreen works on the 3DS. It's going to be a lot easier to make some of the maps without having to actually bother with the Wii U gamepad all the time.
While we're on the topic of 3DS, did you guys hear that they're coming out with a Pikmin title on the 3DS?
Mm-hmm. Another side-scrolling title.
Why is it side-scrolling? You think with the new 3DS you could at least use the C-stick to, like, select your units.
I was actually hoping for, like, a real Pikmin title on the 3DS after they added that in.
Like, with the screenshots I've seen of the game, I think it's going to be like Lemmings.
I've never heard of that.
Old school game.
Yeah, it was actually made by, like, I guess the people that made Grand Theft Auto.
Jeez. So it was made by Rockstar, or...
Well, I think it was made by Rockstar before they were called Rockstar. But Lemmings was a game where you'd have to get your lemmings from point A to point B, and if you didn't move certain obstacles or made them do certain things, they would die, and you didn't want them to die. So from the screenshots I'm seeing of this one, I see like a Pikmin like putting down a piece of rock, and Captain Omar's like hanging out back, like waiting. So I guess the point is you use control the Pikmin to keep Omar from dying. Like, they don't show too much in the screenshot, but I'm just speculating.
Did you see they're doing a console version of Pokemon Go?
What?
That I did not see.
Yeah.
How is that going to work?
Pokemon Stay.
Wait.
Stop.
Pokemon Stop.
Did you end up looking up the Burt Reynolds picture?
I couldn't find it, but I saw the Michael Jackson one, but then I saw Burt Reynolds and I got mesmerized by his mustache.
Yeah, that dude's mustache was incredible.
Yeah, it's still incredible.
He's a handsome dude, man. Somebody once told me I look like Burt Reynolds, and I was like, thanks. Holy crap, what a compliment.
Wow, did you see his Vanity Fair one? Is that the one you're talking about, where he's on like a bearskin rug?
He's on the bearskin rug, yeah.
Yeah, he's like hiding his crotch, but he looks like the bear. He's like hairy, has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. Wow. He's a handsome, sexy beast. That's from the 70s?
Yeah, the dude's like ancient, man.
He's still good looking for his age.
He was really good on Archer.
Archer. Is that like that cartoon that's like on Fox?
Yeah, that's hysterical? Like,
yeah, I don't watch it.
You should watch it. You'd love it.
Alright, Jay, why don't you go and pick up our next news article?
Okay. Let's see. About another limited edition new 3DS XL drops this week.
That was a little depressing because I just bought one last Friday.
Which one did you get?
Just the standard red one.
Just the red one? Is it? So you did get the XL?
Yeah, the
version?
new 3DS XL, because my niece's 3DS, well, it didn't actually die. She broke the analog stick, so it wouldn't center anymore. The actual analog stick still worked, it just wouldn't center anymore. So in order to transfer her profile of that one, I needed to have a third 3DS that didn't have any profile on it. So the only way to do that was to go out and buy a new one. So I bought the new one.
Is that your sister's kid?
Yeah. So I bought the new one.
So like the sister that just turned really wicked old, as you put it, or old AF? Isn't that what you said?
When did I say that?
Yeah, you said that you thought she was like super old now, like ancient.
I don't remember ever saying that.
You should tell her to come watch the podcast sometime.
You're just trying to get me in trouble.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, back to what I was saying. I had to buy the new 3DS and then transfer my profile from my 3DS over to that one. And then I had to wait 7 days since they have some kind of lockout. Once you transfer a profile on any system, you can't transfer to or from that system for 7 days. So I had to transfer the profile from hers to my old one last night and then brought that over to her today. So she's happy now. She has a working 3DS now.
That's awesome.
Now, if I can actually find the replacement part, I'm hoping to buy another analog stick for the 3DS and then maybe fix the old one that she had and then give that to my mother. But from what I've seen, it's definitely a lot of work to get to the actual analog stick in that system. You need to take the back panel off and then take the entire thing apart from back to front to get to the analog stick. So I'm just hoping I can do that without breaking anything. I mean, I took my old PS2 apart and put it back together several times, and my old Xbox as well, so it shouldn't be that hard.
Hopefully they don't use any sort of like proprietary screws or something where it's like you need to have a special tool in order to remove them.
From what I've seen, it's just the Phillips head
I think it's
screwdriver.
the Star one.
From what I've seen in the tutorials and things I've read and watched videos of, it's just a regular Phillips head screwdriver, specific sizes for like the yellow small screwdriver sets. And then you need some plastic tools to actually lift the parts out and pop the back panel off, which I think I can use the new 3DS, the pen, to do some of that, so that shouldn't be too bad.
Just use a hammer.
Yeah, let's see how good that works.
It's the best way to do it, always.
No, what you do is you buy a brand new one, you put the broken one in the box and return it.
Can't do that.
Nice.
What, because of the barcode on it now?
No, it's not the barcode. I mean, it's a blue Super Smash Bros. 3DS. You can't get those anymore, so there's no way in hell it's going to pass one of those new ones.
Oh man, I just told people to do a misdemeanor crime. Oh crap.
Blame that guy.
Yeah. We don't condone the breaking of laws at all.
Just the breaking of 3DSs with hammers.
I like my... I love 3DS. That was a great...
Go ahead and pick up the next news article.
So apparently, Metroid Lime is a new flavor. On Twitter, I'm gonna butcher this again. You're gonna Sudoku. That ramen company.
Right that time.
What's that?
You actually
pronounced it the right way that time.
See, it's because you corrected me, and now I'm gonna say it that way. Maruchan, the ramen company.
Mm-hmm.
Did I pronounce that right? Maruchan?
Yep.
All right, perfect. They put up a really pretty funny. It's a picture of Samus on the background with Metroid Lime. Lime flavored with shrimp. Well, that's actually an actual flavor. I have it in my cupboard right now. The lime with shrimp.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I just stick to the chicken or the beef.
No, the lime with shrimp flavor is really good.
I'd like the Oriental one, man.
I'm not a fan of shrimp, so.
How can you not like shrimp?
The blue one's the best.
The blue one?
Yeah. Because, the beef is red, the chicken is yellow, and then they have a blue one that's Oriental flavored. That one's by far the best one, I think. Yeah, the shrimp one sometimes tastes a little funky.
Oh, Nubaku's getting bitter.
Sorry, man. It's true. You've gotten one or two that, like, something's wrong with the flavor packet. And you're just like, what is going on here? It's, like, too fishy.
Man, I'm trying not to go down that route. We'll lose all of our female listeners.
Is there going to be, like, another fucking family story, man? Like...
No, if I go down that route, it won't be a family story. It'll be like a 2-night stand story.
Gross.
Yeah.
Don't.
In case of emergency,
I thought Chan just was like, "Are you talking about your mom?" I thought that's what I heard.
Oh my god!
But he said, "Moving on."
Yeah, in case of emergency, release Raptor pulled from sale. Apparently, the dev used early access for the game to gauge whether players were interested in the title or not. Yeah, I just don't understand that. I mean, people just don't like to adopt early access games in general, so why would you use that to gauge interest in the title?
So he put a game up on Steam
that was unfinished and somewhat broken,
and let people pay it for the early access to gauge whether he should keep working on the game.
Yeah. And when people didn't buy it, well, some people did buy it, of course, but nowhere near as many as he was hoping it would be, apparently. But he pulled it from sale, and he's offering refunds to the people who did buy it. And from what I read in the article, he's planning to re-release it on Steam for free. But I don't know if he actually plans on finishing it.
I think as long as people get their refunds, like, you can't get your time wasted back, but at least you'll get your money back.
I can understand doing that, yeah. If you're going to pull from sale like that and plan not to actually finish the game, then yeah, you should offer refunds for it. But just the entire process of using the early access to gauge player interest in the title was really weird.
He's not the only one that does it.
Like they do that with like Kickstarter too, man.
Yeah,
like,
they
do it
if people like throw money at it early, then they know that they can continue to develop. Because with Kickstarter, they can go, okay, we met our goal, but we didn't way exceed our goal, so we're just going to go ahead and refund everybody their money. You know what I mean? We won't take their money. It's just like developers' ways of of assuming as little risk as possible. And
what's sad is not even small developers do it. Like, it's the big developers that have been doing on Kickstarter, Indiegogo.
Yeah, but the problem with this is there was no transparency on what they were trying to do. If they wanted to gauge interest, they should have been clear on that.
Well, it doesn't matter
they just released the game and then
Well, this small developer isn't the only one that does it, and this is one of the few times that they're actually going back and giving refunds. But I would take a little note, a mental note of what developer it is, and just remember.
Punish them next time. Don't spend your money with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's the only way. The only way a company speaks is you gotta hurt the wallet. If you don't like how World of Warcraft has turned out since vanilla, and you don't want to keep playing it, don't pay for it.
And Blizzard doesn't actually release their subscriber numbers anymore. When they do it quarterly.
Nope.
But since we kind of more or less covered our thoughts on that one, Jay, why don't you go and pick up the next news topic?
Do we have any more?
Mm-hmm. Should be one at the very top of the list.
Oh, British telecom giant is suing Valve over Steam patent infringement. I didn't even get a chance to read this one. What is this about?
They're suing them over their streaming service, their chat service, and their messaging service.
But why?
Because apparently, if you interpret their patents from British telecom giant a certain way, they kind of infringe on that. But, so does pretty much everybody else that does any kind of streaming, messaging, or chat service.
So...
the whole patent system's fucked. Like, it's some fucking douchebag has an idea or buys someone's idea, and then whenever someone actually puts their own original idea into fruition, they'll be like, "Oh, that looks a lot like mine. Time to collect my money." Mm-hmm. And that's all it does.
Have you seen, like, there's a town in Texas that, like, more patents are registered in this town in Texas than, like, literally anywhere else or something?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and, like, literally companies buy up patents.
There's stuff called patent companies.
And they just wait to sue people, and that's how they make their money, is through lawsuits. It's so unethical, man. I can't even get over it.
It holds back the progress of technology. Because instead of...
Yeah.
I mean, that's why companies like Apple only release stuff that's already been done.
Yep.
Like,
I don't buy Apple products, man.
I'm stuck with an iPhone
all the time. Like, God, why would you spend your money on that? You know?
It was free, so.
No, I'm saying that's what I say to other people all the time. I'm like, God, why would you spend your money on that? And they you talk to people about what they think and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, well, I wanted something a little different. And I'm like, dude, by buying that, you literally just bought something that makes your shit the exact same as every other person who has that same piece of crap in their pocket. Like, there's nothing unique about it. Or, like, you buy an Apple PC, like a power, Apple, what is it, Mac Power Tower, Mac Tower
Pro,
whatever bullshit ass name, and it's like 2-year-old hardware, but it's supposed to be like bleeding edge, and I could build a bleeding edge machine for half the cost, and it probably is going to be more satisfactory in general, and it's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I just saw today that Acer is releasing a laptop PC called the Predator, and it's pretty sweet specs, like it has dual 1080 GTX graphics cards in it and everything. An i7, like a top-of-the-line, like brand-new i7 processor. But they announced all these awesome specs, and it's not coming out till next year. I was like, well, then it's already going to be... it's
outdated upon release.
Yeah, like, right now, it would be a good laptop, like a good gaming PC laptop. The only problem, it's also a laptop, so you really can't upgrade a laptop. You're very limited in your workspace with one.
Well, you can upgrade it, but it's only like a couple things, like sometimes the hard drive, if you're lucky, the graphics card, and usually the RAM, and then that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's just so confined.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm using an Alienware Aurora R2 case for my PC build, just because I like the sleek case, but it's only, it was a big tower from what I was used to. But now I'm running out of room. Like I had trouble fitting 2 GTX 960s in there. Like they're touching.
Is that a full tower?
No, it's a medium tower. It's mid-size.
Oh, that's the problem, man. You can't any kind of like custom build. You got to go with the full tower ATX. That's just the way it is. Yeah, especially like the newer graphics cards are
they're so
big,
thick,
dude. They're so big. Like I'm
it's
surprised
like sticking
that
a brick in your computer.
Yeah,
and then it's like not just sticking a brick. It's like the big stone blocks they used to build Machu Picchu that fit in with literally not even enough space for a piece of paper to fit between them. Mm-hmm. And it's like at some point, like somebody's gonna have to design a new motherboard layout that has more space between like the PCIe slots, or we won't be able to fit anything else inside a case, just like laterally, not even like lengthwise.
And that's one thing I never really understand, especially with like some of the SLI subs where you have 2 or 3 of those cards like sitting right next to each other, how the cooling is supposed to work on those things properly.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't work. They just burn up.
Yeah,
but they also don't work as hard too. That's the other thing, is those cards are like sharing the load, so they're not working as hard and getting as hot. But
I'm really looking forward to eventually taking the 3 cards that I have in my computer out right now and sticking one of the new 1080 cards in there, so it's just the one in it. keep the system a lot cooler than it currently runs. Not to mention,
you
you'll be able to start running more.
You gotta put your tower in and get a small, like, you know, like whatever. What are those things called? Like the cubic foot, and get like a 4 cubic foot, like mini, like ice chest. And just keep your
a mini fridge.
Tower, like in that, yeah. Well, not like the mini fridge, but like the little freezer.
I'm not even sure if this thing would fit in one of those big damn freezers.
Well, they get a bigger one.
Case. I've never seen a freezer that's big enough to hold this fucking tower.
Put it in a nice chest.
You never seen a chest freezer?
No, I've seen a chest freezer, just not one big enough where this thing would fit in it.
Like, it can't be that big. I mean, I've seen literally a half a moose.
I have ones that you could put bodies in it and forget about it.
Yeah, man.
This thing is like maybe 3.5 feet tall with the wheels on it?
Yeah, they would definitely fit in a chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, just buy one of those. Plug it into your room. I mean, your light bill will go up, but you'll keep that thing nice and cool.
Yeah, providing I can fit that huge fucking freezer here. I mean, my room is small.
Put like a dehumidifier in there with it, too, to cut down on the moisture buildup.
Well, yeah, you're definitely going to do something like that. I was actually
your
curious
light bill
if
may
you
jump
played
up another
Deus Ex?
$30 a month, but no.
Well, I know, Jay, you've been busy, but Onibaku, have you played Deus Ex? New one?
No, I didn't even play Human Revolution. I own Human Revolution, I just haven't played it yet.
I have it for the PC. I think I only played like the first couple missions of it, but they have a 12-minute intro for Mankind Divided if you didn't play the last game that explains the events of the last one. So you don't actually need to have played the last game to actually start on the new one.
But I own the last game, I don't own the new one, and I don't even know if I'm going to like the game. I'm sure I'm going to like the game.
Well, I mean, you could probably look up a couple of preview videos to see if it's like something that you're interested in.
Well, I've seen it, and I've heard about the new one that came out. My issue is when WoW comes out, like when a WoW expansion comes out, it kind of sucks all my free time from any other game.
I think I played like maybe the first level of it, got to the... what is his name? Adam Jensen's apartment. And then I haven't played it since then. I'm probably not going to be able to get back to it for quite a while.
Yeah, Adam Jensen, he's like the main dude with like the eye, like the black eye shades, right?
The weird sunglasses that are built into his head, yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And he has like the spike, like you can have like spikes come out like Assassin's Creed out of your hand.
Spikes? You mean swords?
Okay, swords. I thought they were spikes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
One more news topic. Let's see.
Only one more?
Yep. Onibaku, third from the bottom.
Third from the bottom? You mean, are we going to talk about Ryan Reynolds loved Deadpool so much that he paid out of his own pocket to have his writers on set so they could feel like they were part of the movie experience?
Well, I mean, it's part of the reason why the movie was so good is he had his writers on set to fix shit when stuff went wrong. That's
a good idea, and
well, I mean, people that were actually putting up money for the movie didn't want to pay to have them on set, so he did it himself.
Yeah, that's well, Ryan Reynolds, he's not only is he a great actor, he's a great person. Like I'm not typically all over actors or actresses. I don't follow celebrities, but I've liked. There hasn't been a movie that he's been in that I've seen that I haven't liked.
He's the Burt Reynolds of our time, man.
There was one short movie that he was in that was kind of surprised that it was actually so well. I think it was called Buried. Have you guys seen that movie?
Buried?
No.
It was a movie where he was literally buried alive.
It's literally buried. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, yeah!
That was actually a really good, like, claustrophobic movie.
I didn't think it was going to be that great, but it turned out pretty well, in my opinion. I mean, him being the only actual physical actor in the movie.
Yep, it teaches you to kill your victims before you bury them, because they might get out.
Mm.
Well, since we didn't actually have anybody in the chat, I'm just going to say we're going to go ahead and give out 3 games to our subscribers this week.
Also, Ryan Reynolds banged Scarlett Johansson.
Did he?
Yeah, that was his wife.
Thank you, Onibaki, for that little tidbit of information. Dim, why don't you go and pick one game from the list that's not the top one that we already set aside, and Onibaki, you pick one as well.
What do you mean the top one that we already set aside?
The one that's in the top of the list I marked as the subscriber giveaway game.
Oh. Alright.
So, let's see.
Let's get to the list. How about The Wolf Among Us?
Alright, well, Ashley Nicole is going to be getting Tales of the Borderlands. Let me mark that down.
Is that the same Ashley that's also a co-host of our podcast?
No.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Why you gotta use people's government names?
Yeah, their slave name.
You're the one who just used it.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I just said Ashley.
Yeah, but we don't call her that on the podcast.
I can't pronounce her podcast name.
I think she pronounces it Orakill, but I always say Orakill.
See, I say Orakill, and then I hear someone say it, and then I blah, blah, blah.
So, Jay, you said The Wolf Among Us, right?
Yep.
That's going to Jan Liberty.
Great game.
Congratulations. I bet you already played it, though.
I've played Wolf Among Us.
I have. I played both chapters, man. Or both seasons.
No, Onibaki, which game are you picking?
So I have to pick something different than a Wolf Among Us and not the one that we have set aside?
Yeah.
For a subscriber. I've already given that game out before.
What is it, Poker Night or something?
No, I gave out Grey Goo before. That was my pick last time I gave out a game was Grey Goo.
Well, pick a title, come on.
I'm trying to think if I want to spread the Grey Goo on everyone. Okay, a lot of people don't like this one, but I think it's all right. How about Jurassic Park the game?
That is going to Danny, which was actually a host for us one time when we had somebody miss on. I think it was Jay that was out that week.
Danny.
Danny.
Oh yeah,
she's a part of the Next Generation Gamers.
She's one of the other people we played Clue with the one night when we couldn't play Secret Hitler. Okay.
So that is Ashley Nicole with Tales from the Borderlands, Jan Liberty with The Wolf Among Us, and Danny with Jurassic Park. Congratulations to our winners, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks for episode 16. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.